And we're being joined from our Abuja studio by the lawmaker legislator representing the federal constituency of Makurdi and Guma, Dixon Takin. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Gimra.
This is Neota. You've just returned from Benue State. What's the situation on ground from what you saw?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Neota, for the opportunity. Let me first of all walk Nigerians back to the timelines of Fulani herdsmen attack and why we're here today. In 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, every year, our people of Benue State have been attacked by Fulani herdsmen, our crops destroyed. In 2013, our people were driven from their homes. Thousands of people were killed. Properties worth billions of naira destroyed. And in fact, that was 2013 was the year that even our present governor's home country was burned down. His rice of over 5,000 hectares were destroyed by herdsmen. Across 9 local governments were sacked from their homes. And then when the governor got elected in 2015, which is the reason why the people of Benue decided to vote in the APC and change the government of PDP led by President Jonathan. The reason was simple. We were being annihilated by Fulani herdsmen in our country, and we became refugees in our communities. For that reason, the people of Benue State decided that there was need for them to change that government and vote in President Muhammad Buhari, who we thought was a statesman, a former head of state, who understands security, was a former military head of state, who understands security and a patriot that will help protect lives and property. That was why we voted in the APC. And when the president came in, he came in with so much promise, and the attacks continued. So the governor had no choice than to convene a stakeholders meeting across party lines, and the decision was unanimous. There was need for something to be done to stop these attacks. And everybody in that meeting agreed that cattle and crops depends on one another. The cattle depends on our crops for survival. And there was need for us to separate cattle from farming. That's the only thing we do in Benue State. We are subsistence farmers. We survive on the products that we produce from our farms. So that the law must be made. Because from 2012, 2013, 2014, no single person was arrested and prosecuted for these attacks that were taking place in Benue State. So something needed to be done. And the people of Benue State agreed that there was need for a law to come into place that would prevent open grazing, which was why the governor of Benue State originated a bill to the State House of Assembly to ensure that a law comes into place that prohibits open grazing. That's why we're here. And every process of lawmaking was followed. A stakeholders meeting was called. Public hearing were called. Every stakeholder in Benue State participated in that public hearing, and it was agreed, which was why the law was signed sometime in May, June, and a moratorium of 6 months was given to herders who had for them to take advantage of that moratorium time frame to be able to request for land from communities for their cattle to be ranched, and they agreed. Few weeks after that law was signed, the Mete Allah Kautehore came in publicly and said that they were not going to follow the law, that they were ensured that the law was not implemented. They have said it consistently. And when they did that, the governor wrote to the IG of police and copied all security agents, head of security agencies in June. And they continued with the threat that they will ensure that that law does not take place in Benue State. And the governor wrote again in October. The governor, I'm aware, met the president with the letter, wrote to the director of the SS, the chief of army staff, the chief of defense staff. They were informed of the activities of Mieti Allah. about the threat to annihilate our people of Benue State. This has continued. The attacks that are taking place today are well known, documented, and every time he wrote, he attached newspaper clippings of the threats from the leadership of Miyetti Allah or what they were planning to do in Benue State. Several meetings were held in other states against Benue. We were aware. The governor wrote. The governor spoke to the president about it. Nothing has been done until January 1st when these attacks took place. As I speak to you now, over 71 people. The figure yesterday night was about 71 people that have been killed. It took the security agencies 3 days to deploy to crisis areas. And I can tell you that my local government of Guma is just 20 minutes drive from military assets in Benue. The 72 Battalion Barracks is there, 20 minutes drive. It took them 3 days to deploy troops there, which is why people believe that there is collusion between the federal government and the headsmen, to annihilate us and rid us of our land and occupy it for grazing.
Honorable, is it possible that this situation is being politicized?
I don't see any reason why you see politics in this. Our people are being killed. Let me tell you something. The United States of America has classified Fulani herdsmen as the most dangerous terrorist organization, fourth dangerous terrorist organization in the world. It is the responsibility of the leadership of this country to name and shame these pastorists. That is the only way security agencies will have the power or the urge or the encouragement to arrest them. But up to today, the president has shied away from calling these people by name.
But I asked the question about politicizing because you were the one that talked about how the former administration was removed, the PDP administration was removed, and the APC administration was voted in because you felt that it was a part. It looked as if you were saying it's a party thing, not about the security situation. That's why I asked the question: is it possible that it's being politicized? So, can you explain that bit?
Politics, it's about issues across the world. People vote in governments based on their needs. I'm just telling you what our needs are in Benue State. And our needs are that we want to be protected in our land. I don't think that is politics. That is basically survival for our people. That is why I mentioned that. We have our needs in various communities. Some people want water. Some people want road infrastructure. Some people want several things. In Benue State, we want to have access to our land. That's the only thing we have.